Good afternoon on this lovely Thursday. What a beautiful day, right, James?
Right, it's a beautiful day.
Welcome to the Capital Bike Go by Bike Week 2020-2021 launch. My name is Adam Kruper. I'm the Executive Director of the Capital Bike Society, and this is James Coates.
I'm the Program Coordinator for the Capital Bike Society. So we're so excited to be able to run this event with our new name, Capital Bike, as it says on our t-shirts. We announced the launch of our new society last week in a live stream, and we're so excited to launch the event now, which will be taking place May 31st to June 6th today. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge that we are gathered here today on the traditional territories of the Lekwungen speaking peoples, who are today represented by the Esquimalt and Songhees nations, as well as the Wasanich peoples and the Nunchaunuth peoples to the far east.
Thanks very much, James. So today we are going to talk about a whole bunch of really cool stuff. We're going to give you an overview of what the event is about. We've got special videos from our big sponsors. We're going to talk about team leader kits. And at the very end of this live broadcast, we are going to be announcing the grand prize of the event this year.
Yeah, so we're super excited for the grand prize, super excited for all our physically distanced activities that we'll be running this year. We'd also like to give a big thanks to Quadratic Sound, who are producing this live stream right now. So, Go by Bike Week. It's the 27th annual event, or the second Go by Bike Week, depending on how you look at it. We're super excited to continue this event, even with COVID. We ran our first Go by Bike Week in the fall. It was a pretty big success, but we're super excited to bring it back to the regular time of year in the spring.
Yeah, because we know that's when you are ready to rock and roll. You are ready your bikes are just itching for some riding, so that's what we're here for. Now, something that we're really excited about, and I'm not sure if people know this, is that the name change from Bike to Work Week to Go by Bike Week wasn't just semantics. It's actually a change in focus for the entire event. And the idea is to make the event more inclusive for everybody. Do you want to talk about that, James?
Yeah, so in the past, teams were limited to workplace commuters, as everyone was commuting to work by bike. And through that, we introduced a whole bunch of people to riding. It was a great success. But now, with a lot of people working from home and this huge bicycle boom we've seen during the pandemic, we've opened it up to family teams, to people riding for recreation, people riding to support their physical and mental health while working from home, people biking to the store. Whatever type of riding you're doing, we want you to register if you're going by bike, you might say.
Absolutely. So what you do is you can learn more about the specific activities on capitalbike.ca, our brand new website, and you can also go to gobybikebc.ca to register for the event and even learn more about the event.
So as you'll notice, Adam and I are draped in our new Capital Bike branding. It's hard to miss our new t-shirts. And I think the design of these t-shirts, they were designed by the fine folks at Faux Creative, really supports this idea of going by bike. We've got a woman riding a cargo bike, showing that cycling isn't just something you do to work. You can live a more car-light lifestyle by taking things in your cargo bike. So Adam, do you want to talk a bit more about the shirts?
For sure. So we're pretty excited about these t-shirts. Last year, one of the things that we did is we moved away from kind of like bad cotton shirts. And so we moved over to a Canadian-made organic cotton shirt that is also printed locally. So we tried to stay in Canada, we tried to stay local, we tried to stay ethical, we tried to stay environmental. So we're super excited about these shirts. And there's two ways you can get these shirts. You can buy a t-shirt for $25 through our website. And so because that of course supports the work that we do. But also, a little bit later, James is going to tell you how you can get a free t-shirt.
Yeah, and you'll want to get a t-shirt. They're very comfortable. As Adam mentioned, they're organic cotton. I think they're a great design, nice bright color for when you're biking.
Yeah.
But I think without further ado, we're ready to get to our first video. So BC Transit has kindly donated a special bike prize, which they will talk about more. So thanks to BC Transit, and we'll turn it over to their video.
Hi, I'm Rob Mackay, Director of Customer Experience and Public Affairs at BC Transit. BC Transit is a proud sponsor of Go by Bike Week in Greater Victoria. This year, we're excited to launch the all-new Transit Photo Challenge with the grand prize of this great bike. To enter the contest, all you have to do is take a picture of your bike trip with BC Transit and post it to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter with the hashtag GoByBikeWeek2021 and tag BC Transit. To register for the event, for more information, go to gobybikebc.ca. Thanks so much for allowing BC Transit to be part of the festivities, and I hope everyone has a fun and safe Go by Bike Week.
So thank you so much for BC Transit for donating this great bike. As you saw in the video, it's a Marin Fairfax 2. It's a really nice bike, great for whatever you're going to do during Go By Bike Week. Commuting to work, going to the store, going for a ride with your friends. It comes complete with lights and a lock, so it's totally set up to go.
Yeah, so we're really big fans of multimodal transportation. So multimodal is where you use one mode of transportation for one part, another mode for another. And so the great thing about BC Transit is that every single BC Transit bus has got bike racks on the front. So if you need to do part of your route by bus for free, you can throw your bike on there and then bus it for part of the way and then get back on your bike. And this is super awesome for people who live farther away or people who want to explore the region and really lower your costs. It's also super helpful, for example, if you, let's say you ride somewhere and then the weather turns ugly and you don't want to have to ride in that ugly weather, you can hop on a bus and throw your bike on there. It is absolutely, it's a great way to save money, save time, save effort, and expand your range. So we really want to thank BC Transit for supporting us like this. They're awesome sponsors, and I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins that BC Transit bike.
Yeah, so as Rob mentioned, it's super easy to enter to win. First, what you got to do is register for Go By Bike Week. As Adam said, heading over to gobybikebc.ca, signing up under your community Greater Victoria, and then you're going to take a photo of your bike or your bike and bus trip, your multimodal transportation, using the hashtag GoByBikeWeek2021. So next, I think we're about ready to turn it over to our good friends at Oak Bay Bicycles, who are now longtime sponsors of this event, talking about their involvement. They've been great supporters of this event back when it was Bike to Work Week, and really supportive of the change to Go By Bike Week.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd like to turn it over to Malcolm at Oak Bay Bicycles. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Malcolm, the communications manager here at Oak Bay Bikes. As longtime sponsors of Bike to Work Week, now Go By Bike Week, we are proud to be back once again and see the change in the bike community, not just on the roads, but out here in the store as well. Back this year, we're proud to give even more prizes and make sure that not just the adults have all the fun, bringing in the kids' bike to get those kids rolling back to school as well. With the increase in recreational riding we've seen this year, make sure you join Go By Bike Week on one of their neighborhood rides, whether it's in the city or out in your own neighborhood. Make sure you and your family are out there smiling and riding along. Registration open now for Go By Bike Week. Make sure you and your team get out there and get pedaling. I know my team will be.
All right, so I want to thank Oak Bay Bikes. So Oak Bay Bikes has been a longtime supporter of this event, and we really appreciate it. And one of the things I think is super cool about Oak Bay Bikes is that they've been a big supporter of the Bike to School Week. So I don't know if you guys know, but not only do we do Go By Bike Week for adults, but we also do specific outreach to schools, and we encourage teachers and schools and classrooms to get their kids biking for that week. And Oak Bay Bikes has been great over the years because what they've done is they've provided these big packages of lights and fancy bells and cool trinkets so that every kid in a class gets something out of this event. And so it's always meant a lot to us. And again, this year they continue to support Bike to School Week.
Yeah, so we had a really great opportunity this year to make Bike to School Week a big hit. As Capital Bike doesn't just do celebration, we also do education. So Adam and I's coworker Justine has done a great job of organizing dozens and dozens of in-school courses. We've taught over 1,000 kids. We're continuing our in-school courses this year. So we've trained up all of these kids who are now ready to put those skills into practice and bike safely to schools. And they can win, as Malcolm mentioned, that Norco Kids Bike. And they can also win. Adam, do you know what the other prize for Bike to School Week is?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Well, I'll tell him. It's a pizza party for an entire class from Panago Pizza. So I don't know what kids will enjoy more, free bike, free pizza. So we're very excited for Bike to School Week, and thanks to Oak Bay Bikes.
Absolutely.
I think now we are ready to turn it over to Monk Office to talk about the sticker challenge and their support for that. So would we like to say anything more?
I'll say just a couple words about Sticker Challenge. So Sticker Challenge was new as of 2020. It was a way for us to keep people really engaged in the event, despite the fact that we weren't allowed to have these big gatherings, and we had to kind of limit the amount of time sponsors could come out to our events. And so we said, well, why don't we encourage people to come to your shops? And so Sticker Challenge was a huge success. We'll talk a bit more detail after the video, but we are so happy that Monk Office has decided to be the sponsor for that part of our event.
Yeah, so now we'll show you the clip from Katie and the great team over at Monk Office. Thanks.
Hi, we're the team from Monk Office, and we're proud to once again support Go by Bike Week.
And we're excited to bring back the Sticker Challenge. Join this socially distanced scavenger hunt and support local businesses.
Collect bike-themed stickers from dozens of Greater Victoria shops and be entered to win local prizes, including from Monk Office.
Visit any local Monk Office store during Go by Bike Week to win.
Thank you so much, Katie and the team at Monk Office, for talking about the Sticker Challenge. So, Sticker Challenge, as they mentioned, one great way to win prizes. Monk is donating some prize packs to that. We'll announce a bunch more stuff as we get closer to Go by Bike Week. So, as you can see, Adam and I are now draped in some of our many community prizes. We wanted to take this time to, as this will be familiar to longtime participants, talk about all our great community prizes from local businesses. Quick plug for all this great stuff. We've got stuff from Schwalbe. I've only got 2 tires around my neck, but we have a dozen pairs back at the office for people to win. We have got things like gear from our friends at Two Wheel Gear in Vancouver, panniers, handlebar baskets, seat bags. We've got 10 free tune-ups from North Park Bike Shop. We've got tune-ups from JK's Bicycleitis. We've got 10 free tune-ups from Cycles West. My God, we got so many prizes. Those are just a couple. We'll announce way more as we get closer to the event.
Sounds great. Yeah, thanks, James. And so a little bit of background about Sticker Challenge. We started it last year, and last year we couldn't believe it. We thought we'd just give it a shot, and we had over 200 people come by and take photos of themselves at these local shops. And we had 41 different businesses participating, and there were a few people out there who blew our minds, and they got every single sticker over a 7-day period. They got all 42 stickers, and they found ways. They decorated their bikes, they made posters, they decorated their jackets with all these stickers. It was absolutely fantastic. And so we didn't expect that kind of that much enthusiasm, but we were really grateful for it. And so we were really excited to keep Sticker Challenge going this year. And then with a sponsor like Monk Office stepping up and helping us make it happen and covering our costs and helping us out like that, plus having gift prizes specifically for Sticker Challenge winners, we're really excited. We feel like it's like a new activity that people can really enjoy.
Absolutely, yeah. We're so lucky that even though we're not having in-person stations, we've got great physically distanced activities already in place that we tried out in the fall and that people really appreciated.
Yeah.
The neighborhood rides, the Sticker Challenge. Yeah.
Photo challenges, selfie
Absolutely.
challenges. So there's a lot of cool different ways that you guys can get involved. And what I think is kind of fun is that our activities are all about exploring our community. So whether you're discovering new cycling paths you might not have known about, you're going to learn about all these cool little spaces and places that are around that are beautiful and kind of hidden away. You're going to discover all these great businesses that offer fantastic services. We're really happy that not only is Go by Bike Week a way of getting people riding, but it's a great way of building community, and we're very proud of that.
Yeah, so we've got all these great community sponsors that support us, some who've supported us for years, decades even, and some that are new to the event that still really appreciate the work we're trying to do and know that all the people that take part are fantastic people who love to support them. So one of these new local businesses that we'd like to talk about is a new bike shop. You might have heard the buzz about them. It's Bishop's Family Cycles. It's a new bike shop on Pandora. Maybe you've been there already. So we'd like to turn things over to Robert from Bishop's, as well as Julian from Urban Thrive and Ryan from Lapis Homes to talk about a promotion they're running with their own cargo bike. So thanks to those folks.
Julian West from Urban Thrive.
I'm Ryan Gabb from Lapis Homes.
And I'm Robert from Bishop's Family Cycles.
This week with Go by Bike Week, families can now register their rides for the Go by Bike Week. So not only your trip to work, but your trip to school, trip around town with the kids, counts as a draw in Go by Bike Week. We wanted to start this competition to get people excited about cargo bikes. We want to help foster and grow the cargo bike culture here in Victoria and show what you can do with a bike like this. You can take your kids to school, you can groceries, you can do errands around town. And this year with Go by Bike Week, you can now register your family rides. So not only your ride to work, but your ride to school and around town. And we also wanted to support a really incredible new family business, Bishop's Family Cycles.
We were really excited when Ryan and Julian approached us to kind of be a part of this contest. We carry bikes like this because we think that they can really transform the way a family commutes. And with this amazing cycling infrastructure in Victoria, we finally have the ability to make these a viable form of transportation around Victoria. Come on, see me down at 7:30 Pandora Avenue before May 31st to get entered to win this amazing Trio Bike Cargo Big.
And we're back. We're going to talk about team leader kits now. Or we're not going to talk about team leader kits now. First, I'm going to say thank you to all the fine folks running that cargo bike promotion.
Yeah.
How fantastic is that? So what you can do is head down to Bishop's Family Cycles, enter the draw there, and then on your way home, register for Go by Bike Week.
There you go. Yeah, we think it's really cool that Lapis Homes and what was the other company?
Urban Thrive.
Urban Thrive. They believe in cycling and cycling culture so much. And they wanted to support this local business so much that they went out and they sponsored the purchase of this beautiful cargo bike. And the whole idea is to help promote this local shop that just started up, get people walking through the door, discovering what the shop is all about, meeting the owner. We love this idea. And
yeah, as you can tell, we're big into cargo bikes this year. We've got them on our shirt. We've got our branded cargo bike here.
Yep.
Because it allows you to live a great, it allows you to go by bike, if you will. Yeah. Live a lifestyle where you can bike to the store, bike to work, run your errands by bike. A great way to help you, I guess, live a sustainable life.
Yep, yeah, car light life, if you will.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that with the popularity and advent of electric motors, most of these cargo bikes come with motors, and so it really makes it very accessible because you're no longer having to lug this big heavy thing. And so motors have really opened up the horizon for what's possible for cargo bikes.
And what's really exciting is that their cargo bike draw is going to be announced May 31st, the first day of Go by Bike Week. So maybe someone watching, a lucky winner, will be able to ride that cargo bike every day of Go by Bike Week and log their bike rides.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Great. So now, before we announce our grand prize, which we've saved until the end, Adam and I are going to talk a bit about team leader kits. So we mentioned at the beginning, this event it's about team building, whether that's workplace teams, family teams, friend group teams, any type of teams. And I think we have our best team leader kits ever this year.
I agree.
Adam's got one right there. It's in our new branded tote bag, Capital Bike, with our motto, advocate, educate, celebrate. So Adam, why don't we start pulling things out of the tote bag and show people what they could get?
Yes. So of course, you will get one of these very nice t-shirts, which is great. So you get a free t-shirt. So remember earlier I said, how can you get a free t-shirt? This is how you get a free t-shirt, by picking up a team leader kit.
Very nice.
What else have we got?
We've got ad boosters from used.ca. We're really happy to be supported by used.ca, and they've given us ad boosters. So since bikes are in such short supply, maybe you're selling your bike, maybe you're buying a bike, go to used.ca and get one. We've got maps from the CRD, their latest edition of bike maps, helping you plan your route for all those rides during Go by Bike Week. We've got information and a limited supply of seat covers from bikemaps.org, our friends over there.
For those
There's
rainy
the seat
days?
covers. We've got all sorts of things. We've got event posters, so you can put it up. Most of you are probably working from home, but you can put them up in your office. You can show them to all your friends. We've got some Schwalbe tires goodies. It's not just these foam fingers, it's also some tire levers.
As well, we have bike lights. So this is part of a campaign that we did earlier this year, giving away bike lights. We had some left over, so we're like, let's give these away to cyclists.
Yeah, we have 100 bike lights left over. So if you want the best possible team leader kits, you're going to want to come to the office sooner rather than later. The first 100 people will get bike lights. And
so actually, I'm going to throw this out here. What's really kind of cool about the team leader kits, there's a lot of like really nice, fun things here, right? And the idea behind this is like, as a team, You can create little prize packages without having to expend any money. And it just makes it fun. And so what we've done to help make this more accessible is that the first 200 team leader kits are going to be free, first come, first serve. So we're going to have them at the office, and if you come by, you register your team, you come by the office, we're going to give you these kits for free.
Yeah, so we're open at 1034 Hillside Avenue. We'll post all these details. They're already on the website. You come by to 1034 Hillside Avenue, you look for the beautiful bike mural on the side of our office. You come see me or you come see Justine during 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. every Monday to Friday, and you come pick up a team leader kit. But you got to register at gobybikebc.ca first, and then we'll give you your goodies.
Pretty exciting. And so just to put this in perspective, in 2019, there were 789?
98?
798 teams registered in the capital region, which is pretty amazing. That's a lot of teams because we had over 10,000 participants. So we want to see these numbers climb. We want to get back up to 10,000 people because last year, because of the pandemic, the numbers dropped a little bit. People are having a hard time. We also changed the name of the event, but we want to see these numbers get back up there. So register yourself, register your team, and pick up your free kit.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though there's COVID going on, I don't know if you've noticed, the global pandemic, that doesn't mean that we have to stop riding our bikes. Even if our team isn't necessarily riding together or riding to work, it's still a great way to team build, to start a team, give it a fun name, encourage your coworkers, friends, or family to sign up, track each other's rides at gobybikebc.ca, and win a bunch of prizes.
Exactly. So if you've got like two groups of friends and you want to see who can accumulate the most kilometers over the week, do that. It's all about the fun.
Yeah, and before we announce our grand prize, I'll just show off the poster again, get a little closer to the camera. This was, kindly designed by our friends at Faux Creative, who also created the t-shirts and our new organization identity at Capital Bike. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, so now we know that some of you have been waiting this entire time and you're very excited about hearing what the grand prize is. So without further ado, shall we let Chris at West Shore Bikes kick it off? Let's do it.
Absolutely.
It's Chris out at West Shore Bikes out in Langford. Proud supporter of Go By Bike Week. Really happy to announce that we've been able to donate the grand prize this year to Norco Scene VLT, running with the Shimano motor and the Shimano battery. One of the cool little features of this bike is it has a dropper post on it, so the seat will go up and down for easy mounting and unmounting of the bike. The way you win that would be you register for the event and you log on at least one ride. Thank you very much. Look forward to meeting the winner. So go out there and get riding.
Woohoo! It's an e-bike!
It's an e-bike. You can win an e-bike. So thanks so much to the whole team over at West Shore Bicycles for donating an e-bike. What a great prize. So yeah,
it's pretty exciting. I mean, bikes right now are like gold. If you can find a bike, then you are the luckiest person around because they're just selling out and they're quite rare. So it was really generous of West Shore Bikes to donate one of their hottest, most sought after bikes for this event. Now James has got a funny little anecdote or a little tidbit of information about that particular bike.
Oh, I think what Adam is setting me up for is that to people who participated in Go By Bike Week last year, that bike might look a little bit familiar to you because it's the same one that we gave away last year.
Yes.
It's a Norco Scene VLT e-bike. Super accessible for anyone who wants to ride it with that low step through and that adjustable seat. It's great. It's like a $4,000 value. It is a very good prize. Last year we gave away 2 of them to 2 very deserving prize winners. Yep. A young guy who commuted, I know, every day from like Esquimalt to Sydney, who was very thankful, and an awesome young couple who had just moved to Victoria who were excited to ride it around. So I'm sure this year's prize winner will be just as deserving. Yeah,
it was actually pretty amazing. The young couple who won one of the Norco e-bikes last year, they just moved. They just happened to see one of the posters, and I said, what the heck? Let's sign up for this event and just do it. And they took part in the sticker challenge, and they, of course, logged a ton of rides, and boom, it's their first year of the event, and they won this amazing prize.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone can win it if you, number 1, register for the event at gobybikebc.ca, and number 2, importantly, log your rides during Go By Bike Week. And
now, may I add just a small piece of information? Because I just want people to know this, because I think it's really cool. The gobybikebc.ca website, if you use Strava on your phone to track your bike rides, if you link your Strava account to the Go by Bike BC account, you don't have to manually log any of your rides. They're going to automatically get uploaded to the website. So you can ride as much or as little as you want, and there's no work on your part.
Yeah, so we're coming to the end. And what have you learned? We've got a BC Transit special prize. It's as easy as riding the bus to win that. You've got an e-bike grand prize. You've got dozens and dozens of community prizes, way more to still be announced. You can get free t-shirts during or through our team leader kits. You can buy a t-shirt. You can put up a poster at your workplace. You can register your team. You can do all sorts of things. You can do the sticker challenge. You can do the neighborhood rides. There's so much still to do, even with COVID.
And so what I wanted to let people know is that we are still going to be rolling out announcements, and we're still going to be announcing new sponsors and local prizes. So we have approximately 4 weeks until the event, which is crazy. 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks to register. But if you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, we have one unified Capital Bike account for each of those now. And if you follow us, we're going to be posting pictures and announcements and videos from all of our sponsors, so you can keep up to date about all the prizes as they get announced.
Absolutely. I completely lost what I was going to say, but
all good.
It was probably not that important.
Well, what we wanted to do as we're wrapping up is we want to thank our major sponsors, especially the 5 people today who presented the videos.
Absolutely. We want to thank Katie and the team over at Monk Office. We want to thank Bishop's Family Cycles, Urban Thrive, and Lapis Homes, who are giving away that cargo bike. Make sure to head down to Bishop Cycles to enter that draw. I want to thank the whole team over at Oak Bay Bicycles, Malcolm. We want to thank Chris and the team at West Shore for donating that e-bike. And we want to thank BC Transit. We want to thank Julia and Rob for their support, and all of our sponsors who make this event possible. And you'll be hearing more about all of them, all of our activities, as we continue this month-long registration push to get as many people as we can interested in the event.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out today, for watching this video, for being there for our announcements, and have a great weekend. And let's see you on May 31st to June 6th for Go by Bike Week 2021.
We'll need your help in registering your teams at gobybikebc.ca, and we couldn't be more excited for this event to happen again.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. Bye, everyone.